Hello and welcome to Shep Rambles, where I am Shep and I tend to ramble about what? Anything and everything. And this time let's go ahead and talk about Doctor Who. Season 11. We're on 11, right? Yeah. With the 13th Doctor. I'll give you my opinions on it. I had a previous video, which I will include a link at the end of this video so that way you can see it. It was basically, is the 13th Doctor gonna suck? So I know there have been people doing videos of this season, throughout the season. I wanted to wait until it was done before I did a video about it. I wanted to give the show a fair chance and watch each episode, because there could have been a couple of bad ones, there could have been some good ones in there. I didn't want to make any judgments on the season until after it was done. So, what is my opinion on it? I liked it. I thought it was decent. I thought it was a nice change of pace. I thought it was fresh. I thought it was different. I loved the music. I thought it really helped set the tone of this year, of this season, and I liked that it had a little bit more of a darker tone. Did it feel like Doctor Who? I know that's been monitors flashing. Did it feel like Doctor Who? I know that has been some people's gripes, because they're like, this isn't Doctor Who. It doesn't feel like Doctor Who. It doesn't look like Doctor Who. I thought there were maybe a couple of episodes that, did seem like Doctor Who, and then there are other ones that didn't. Rosa, for example, felt like a Timeless episode. It felt like an episode of Timeless, which is good. I like Timeless. I've got the DVD somewhere up here. I got season 1. I don't have season 2. And as of this moment, the final movie hasn't come out yet. It actually comes out this week. And I do want to do a review of that along with the series. I can tell you right now, I love the series, but I'd like to do an overall review of that one too. But anyway, that's not what this episode is about. It's about Doctor Who. I like the fact that they were kind of going back to the roots, where they did a couple of historic episodes. I like that. I liked how with Rosa, it really didn't have an alien connection at all. There was a time travel connection to it. Well, they all have time travel, duh. But you know what I mean, all right? There is someone from a different time trying to meddle with history. So that's why I kind of thought it felt kind of like Timeless. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get more information about that particular bad guy, as far as what was his motivation, why was he doing what he was doing. There was questions that could have been answered on that. But really, if anything, I thought this year of Doctor Who felt more like science fiction. Not just you have Doctor Who and then you have science fiction. Kind of like you have Star Trek and you have science fiction. Now, yes, I know Star Trek is science fiction, but you know where I'm coming from on this, right? So like Star Trek is done a certain way. Let's not talk about Discovery, right? Star Trek is done a certain way. It's got its own format. Like Star Wars, it has its own way of doing things. Unless you're Rian Johnson doing The Last Jedi, but we won't talk about that. Okay, but you know what I mean. You've got great science fiction that is just science fiction, right? It doesn't have its own. It's open. It's open. It's free. It doesn't have its own Bible. Okay, like Babylon 5, Farscape, things like that. It's just good science fiction stories, and that's what I thought this year was like. And it had a darker tone to it, and I thought it worked. I thought it worked. I thought it was interesting. And I would have been disappointed if they just continued with the same stuff after Peter Capaldi. We needed something new. We needed something fresh. I don't have a problem with the Doctor being female. The original creator of Doctor Who was going to do that anyway, but the BBC said no. And as a result, we got Sylvester McCoy as the seventh Doctor. Not complaining. Sylvester McCoy's great. I loved all of the Doctors. Each and every one. I love them all. My favorite, though, is Peter Capaldi. I thought it was fantastic. But as far as the Doctor that I started off with, that I grew up with, was the fourth one, was Tom Baker. But putting that aside, I really enjoyed the season this year. And I enjoyed it so much that I kind of want to get it on DVD Blu-ray. So I do have all the episodes of Doctor Who, to include the Lost episodes, where they were reconstructed. I think that's what they're called, with the telesnaps and everything. So, yeah, have I watched them all? No. I really need to try to do that. But yeah, no, it's been great. And what I'd like to go ahead and do is just kind of go over each episode, and I'll do that on the computer, just to kind of tell you what I liked about it. Just kind of like an overall view of this season. All right, so I thought the best way to kind of go over Doctor Who Series 11 is just to pull up the Wikipedia page and just kind of go through each episode. I don't think we need to read this, but let me tell you what I thought about the actors and actresses. So Jodie Whittaker, I thought, did a fantastic job. The moment she dropped in, literally, no doubt in my mind was she the Doctor. Right off the bat, I mean, she had it down. I didn't think to myself, this is a stranger. It was, to me, it was very much the Doctor, in my opinion. Now, the companions, I love the companions. Graham is definitely my favorite. I like Graham. I think he's great. And then you got Ryan, and then you got Yasmin. And I think they play off of each other really well. I think it works having three companions. It kind of feels like the old series where there were multiple companions, such as with the second Doctor had some there, three companions there for a bit, and fourth Doctor definitely had a group that was going with him through his tenure. Not the whole time, but he definitely had some. And fifth Doctor did too. So I think they all play off of each other very well. Now, one thing that I will say is I thought they overshadowed Jodie Whittaker. I don't mean in performance. I mean, it felt like they had more screen time than the Doctor. And, in a way, that's not really bad either. I remember that happening a lot in the older series as well, especially like with the first and the second Doctor. I know the reason for the first Doctor was due to his health, due to William Hartnell's health. But I do remember with the second Doctor, there were times where you didn't see the second Doctor very much, and you saw more of the companions. So, well, I kind of see this the same way with the 13th Doctor. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I would love to see the 13th Doctor a little bit more. And I think we did on some episodes. Some episodes you did see her. But yeah, I thought it was. I don't have any complaints really. Just a few little gripes that I think they could have done better. So we'll start here with the woman who fell to Earth, the first one. I thought that was great. Like I said, I thought she was very much the Doctor, with her persona, her intelligence, the fact that she created her own sonic screwdriver. I thought that was neat. And I know some people complain that, hey, where's the TARDIS? The TARDIS should have been in the first episode. No, I don't think so. Remember when Tom Baker started off, there were several episodes where they didn't have the TARDIS because they were transported via another means. Or the third Doctor, when he was exiled, that most of their adventures were on Earth. So I didn't think it was a bad thing for the TARDIS to not show up in the first episode, and I thought that was every reason to actually to watch the next episode to see if the TARDIS was to show up and what it would look like. I thought it was a good reason to tune in the next time. And so we go on to the next thing, which is the Ghost Monument. Well, let me talk about the first episode back again in regards to the creature. Let's, for lack of a better word, let's call him the Predator, the Hunter. I thought it was interesting. Didn't think the creature was the greatest, but I definitely thought it was interesting. And he did come back. So yeah, not such a bad thing. The Ghost Monument was episode number 2, and I thought it was interesting how the TARDIS was kind of not really worshipped, but it was kind of seemed like a thing of legend that they had to go to. So I thought that was a pretty cool episode. I like the interior of the TARDIS. I think it helps establish the mood and the tone for this year, and hopefully through her run as Doctor, which I certainly hope lasts longer than two series. I'd like to see at least 3. I'd be good with a little bit more too. And then Rosa, I talked about Rosa. I thought this one felt like an episode of Timeless. I really enjoyed the history. Definitely a return to form, I thought. I like the fact that there wasn't an alien in it. There didn't have to be an alien in it, so it was fun. And then Arachnids in the UK. um, we didn't have to have any big bad monsters in this one. I mean, yeah, you had a main Spider Queen, but it was just a different kind of episode. It wasn't your typical ones where you have aliens that show up and they want to actually conquer the planet. This is just kind of like an infestation of um, radioactive spiders, I guess. The Saranga Conundrum. This is the one with the. Okay, this is the one with the traveling medical space station that has the cute little creature that was eating through metal and everything. I thought it was a cute episode, um, and I thought it was unique. I like how the doctor did not want to harm the creature and wanted to find a solution that was beneficial for both. Demons of the Punjab. Okay, that was another historic right here. That was another historic episode. This one did have some aliens with it, but they were not the cause of the problem. Even though it was kind of, you were led to believe that they were, it turned around and it had a nice twist to show that there was not any bad alien influence trying to conquer the world and stuff. Kerblam! Okay, this is the one where it started to feel kind of like a Doctor Who episode. This was really good, and taking just some ordinary thing that you wouldn't think of, like bubble wrap, and making it like a really bad thing. I thought was kind of neat. The Witchfinders, another great episode. Maybe somewhat kind of historic, but you definitely have an alien influence on this one. Just kind of like the classic episodes of Doctor Who, and even some of the new ones. So this one definitely felt like a Doctor Who episode. Just like Kerblam, I thought that one did too. It Takes You Away. This was another interesting episode with a whole nother dimension. I thought this was different, rather unique. Didn't really see anything with that. Who cares about the frog at the end? That was just a form that the life form took. It's not like it really was a frog. Then you had the last episode, the Battle of Ranskoor Avkolos. So that was one where their perceptions of reality was being affected, and Ux, the return of him, they're trying to establish him as a continuing threat, and he's using planets as a source of power. Another different thing that we haven't, I don't think we've seen. So I know one complaint that people have had is that there hasn't been any major bad guy or threat in Series 11. And my thing is, why? Why do you need one? I thought it was fresh, seeing something different. We didn't really see anything like that in the with the first and the second Doctor right away. I mean, you did get the Daleks, but there were plenty of episodes where they were just science fiction, and I see this as the same way. And how do we know? How do we know that we're not going to see some of these creatures coming back again? They could come back again. I don't know. Ooks could probably see him again. The guy that was trying to change history in Rosa, we might see him again. We might see the robots from Kerblam again. So, I mean, this is just an establishing series for Series 11. But anyway, that is my episode by episode thoughts that I had on Series 11. We got the New Year's special that's coming up. And that's another thing people are complaining about. They're like, oh, there's no Christmas. It's Doctor Who's ruined my childhood because there's no Christmas episode. So what? So what? Why does there have to be a Christmas episode? Why not a New Year's episode? I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. Do something different. That's the message that I got from this Doctor Who. Do something different. We've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. The ratings are much better with this series than it was with Peter Capaldi. His first season, but the ratings were dropping after that, pretty low. Or did the episode suck? I don't think so. I liked them. But you can't deny that the ratings have gotten better. It's all right here. The numbers are right here. I mean, it started off really good, but even how it's ended, I mean, heck, the ratings went back up here with the Battle of Ranskor Av Kolos. They did go back up, but I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math and add all this up, but you got quite a few 7 million in here, so I think this is averaged out to be somewhere between 7 and 8 million. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, let's go to Series 10 here with Peter Capaldi. Look at this: 6, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. On average, around 5 million. Did that make it a bad season? No, I don't think it did, but it was definitely lower in the ratings. So, like I said, you can't deny that the 13th Doctor and the Series 11 actually grabbed people's attention, either got new viewers, brought some viewers back because things were different. All right, so those are my thoughts on Doctor Who. Let me know what you think. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. That's okay. That's what makes conversations interesting. Getting to know our point of views and explaining your point of view. Don't just go into the comment section and say, "It sucked." Okay, why? All right, if it sucked, why? Tell me why. Don't just say, doctor shouldn't be female or shouldn't be that. Explain why. Explain yourself. Because if you just say that, just sucked, no one's going to care. All right? Explain why you liked it. Explain why you didn't like it. People are interested in that. People find that interesting. If you just brush it off, people are just going to brush you off. So let me know. Let me know in the comments what you thought of season 11, and give me some details, because I'm interested. I'm interested in why you liked or didn't like this season. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Hope you found this episode interesting. I've got tons of other rambling videos, and there'll be more. So thanks, and I will see you on the next rambling video. Did you like this video? Well, you might like some of these others. I've got tons of them on a variety of different topics. They are just down-to-earth conversations of things that happen to be going on at the time of recording. Subscribing is an awesome thing too, because it notifies you of any new video uploaded. Thanks for watching, and we'll ramble again soon.